Alright. Hello, hi. This is CB Ultra 768, and I'm here just with a little video since, as you can see, they got the suit's been out for a while, but yeah, they have the suit from the new movie with the web shooters and stuff. So far, a lot of things I've been seeing online about this suit, everybody don't like it. And I mean, this particularly isn't a suit I'd really be wearing that much, but yeah. I'm just making this video to give you guys my thoughts on the new Spider-Man movie that I saw just now, and this is how I feel about it. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I'm just gonna swing around, fight some crime, and or maybe even do a mission while I talk about it. But yeah, overall, I didn't like it. Went to go see it with my mom and my brother. Which, funny about my brother, as soon as we watched it, he just started talking about just his stuff and not really caring. But that's how he is about movies. He just kind of takes the movie in and then doesn't think about it. But yeah, overall, I didn't like it, unfortunately. There were certain things I did like. I did like a lot of the action scenes. I thought they were really cool. To be quite honest, I really, really did like the action. But that doesn't make up for the story and the way the characters were just treated. They were honestly just terrible, in my opinion. Just, ugh. So, be warned, this video is gonna have spoilers, so yeah. So the film begins with basically Peter recapping his life, and already, like, I didn't really think about it until later on, but I was, like, thinking about, like, what he had in his apartment. Yeah, I think they had to be in it. And, but he has like a 3D printer and stuff, and he's just making a new suit and all that. And I'm like, how? Like, I didn't think about it until before I started this video, but it was like, how did you afford that? It's like, what the hell? Like, already I was like, what the hell? Because again, the last film ended, he's in that dinky little apartment. And he starts building up to being like the Spider-Man we know. He has like a sewing kit and all that. And just, yeah. Yeah, he has like a sewing kit. And then he has that final swing, and that's when we were supposed to be like, oh, there he goes. He's finally become Spider-Man. This is it. And just now in the new film, he just has technology that he probably shouldn't even have. Like, they don't even establish in that film what is even his job. Like, what does he do for money to, like, make a living? We never even, thinking about it now, we never even find out what is his alias for where he lives. Because again, he can't go by Peter Parker, right? Or can he? I guess, like, if he could somehow reestablish, like, his name and stuff, at least, and make some birth certificates somehow, maybe. But anyway, yeah, he's talking about, it's basically him recapping the letter that he was going to give to MJ, but then he never did. And he, like, talks about basically how he's like, oh, sometimes I wish I could be like Peter Parker and be happy, but unfortunately I'm also Spider-Man, and that comes first as well. And then we get, like, a whole montage of, like, what he's been doing through the city. So we don't get to see his establishment relationship with, like, Detective Wolf. They introduce her, like, she's now in these movies, which, from what I know about her, the only time I really saw her was in the Spider-Man 3 game, and in the before that, though, there was the 90s cartoon. She was, like, always, like, helping Spider-Man out and stuff like that. But yeah, and then, yeah, during the montage, what's the first thing we see? Oh, right, yeah, we see him fighting on the roof with, like, a bunch of guys, and they do, like, a thing where one falls off the roof, and then he, like, grabs them, and they do, like, the Amazing Fantasy 15 shot. And then after that, I believe we get Scorpion next, and they do another comic panel, and just, that's, like, funny, too. You establish him in Homecoming, but then we don't get to see, like, how did he get the tail and become Scorpion? Like, I'm assuming it had nothing to do with J. Jonah. Like, in this version, is it just, oh, he just decided I hate Spider-Man, and I'm gonna find a guy who can give me a scorpion tail. And he just got one, and that's the method he decided to kill Spider-Man. Like, it doesn't even make sense for the film, like, why he would even want that. I mean, like, in the comics, the reason he became Scorpion, Matt Gargan, was because, oh, J. Jonah wanted, like, a person who was, like, stronger than Spider-Man and could beat him. And so he paid for the experiments to put Matt Gargan in that suit. But in the movie, we don't establish that. I mean, I'm glad we get to see the same actor, like, but I would have liked it if he was actually, like, you know, you could have made him a main villain or something. Or actually done something more interesting with him, but nope, he's just kind of there. Like, we get a fight scene of, like, Spider-Man wearing, like, winter clothing. They do a comic book panel. And then that fight ends with Spider-Man making a joke, like, oh, let's end on a high note. And then he pulls a piano on him, and then that's it. And then the next shot we get is, like, a fucking tombstone. Looking very, like, old mafia kind of guy. Like, I don't know where he came from, but he's here now. He's just, yeah, just all of a sudden there's Tombstone. And I mean, I don't even know if they really even established, like, I guess he's strong, but they don't really ever show his invulnerability. Because, basically, he has Spider-Man, he's grabbing onto him. And then I think, like, he makes a joke. Yeah, what is it? Tombstone says, like, oh, I wonder how long it'll take before you hit the ground. And then Spider-Man just says, like, how about you find out? And then, yeah, he webs him off the building. Like, he webs him in the face, pulls him off the building, and then he just webs him and stops him. And then we even see Detective Wolf being like, hey, what up, Tombstone? And then that's it. That's, like, the last time we ever see him. Like, he's just there. He was just there for that little cameo, and I was like, oh, okay. I thought, you know, there'd be a bit more. But nope. He's just gone. Like, you even have that actor I kind of recognize from other stuff, and then it's just, he's gone. I mean, I guess, unless they somehow plan to bring him back in other movies, but it just felt like kind of a waste. I was like, what was the point of having Tombstone there? And then, yeah, we just keep doing a montage showing Peter's, like, just doing a lot more Spider-Man stuff, kind of almost like, not going exactly like Andrew Garfield, where he, like, stopped holding back punches, but he's, like, letting his Spider-Man life take over and not trying to live his life as Peter, basically. Where, like, we see, like, I do like the detail a bit of, like, oh, he's, like, all beaten up after, like, a bunch of stuff and all that. Oh, Mr. Crab. Again, I don't want to have my headphones on, I just want to swing around.
Didn't know New York had a drift scene? Hope I'm not getting slow in my old age.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Again, because this is not scripted. This is just me, raw thoughts as I play. Yeah, and during the montage, we see him fighting like Boomerang, Tarantula. I don't know who the guy is who rams his head into the wall, but yeah. They just basically show, oh, look at him doing Spider-Man stuff, and they even show that scene from the trailer where he's accepting the key to the city from fucking Sheila from that stinking Daredevil Born Again show. Like, ugh, criminy. Like, seriously. Like, when I was in the theater, I was like, fucking Sheila! I, like, pointed that out. Because, again, watching with my mom and my brother, they have no idea, because they never watched the show. And again, they're very casual viewers. I can't blame them. They're not, like, huge fans. They just casually watch it, honestly. But yeah, I was, like, so pissed. They even have, like, a moment where a news guy says, crime is down so much thanks to Spider-Man. Which now makes me wonder... Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Oh, still glitchy, Jesus. But now that just makes me wonder, so was Kingpin taking credit for all the time Spider-Man was just fucking, like, not doing Spider-Man stuff? Like, what the hell was that all about? Because, yeah, like, Kingpin says, oh, my task force, it's making the city safer. But then in the movie, they're like, oh, no, Spider-Man's actually making it safer. So, like, yeah, did Fisk lie? It was just taking credit. again, still doesn't excuse, like, you show me Spider-Man has been active all this time, which then just makes me question even more, where the hell was he during Daredevil Born Again? You're telling me he's doing all this crime fighting, taking out all these villains, and he's not gonna freaking show up
Well, look who's in the neighborhood.
to stop that. It's like, you gotta be kidding me, man. That makes no goddamn sense. Hey, stop it. Oh. But anyway, yeah. We then get past the intro. Detective Wolf is like talking to him on the phone, because again, we've skipped that whole history. We don't get to see how Spider-Man first met her or anything at all. They're just already a team. Which again, like people will say, it definitely does take a lot from like the first and second Insomniac video game. Like it's very much like similar to the relationship Peter had with Yuri in that game, honestly.
Hey, it's the Fun Brigade.
But yeah. And I think in the montage we see him like collecting flowers. Because every time he goes to visit Aunt May's grave, to visit her and all that. And what else happens? Oh, I just watched it again with my dad just recently. And I just can't even remember because I'm already trying to erase it. Yeah. Holy shit, they're sending so many guys. What happened? Fuck. This again, I have such a hard time playing and talking. Oh, right, yeah, that's when the main kind of plot starts, where basically he's talking to her, they get a call that there's like a tank running down the street, and they have to go, and he has to go stop it. And get like a whole shot of him jumping off the building, and the eye shot and all that. And just as he's chasing him, all of a sudden he gets hit with like a freaking grenade. And it turns out, yeah, the Punisher is just chasing the tank down for some reason. I don't know why.
Forgot I
Like,
had something else to do.
I mean, you think he'd be more focused on, like, mobsters and stuff. I don't know why they're kind of showing, like, oh, all of a sudden he, like, cares. I mean, again, Frank does care to protect the innocents, but I feel that's a situation Frank would not get himself involved with. Like, just all of a sudden, oh, I'm just gonna have my old little van and just shoot grenades from it. And then, yeah, they have Spider-Man and him meet, and they just establish, apparently, they have a relationship, too. Like, he says, come on, Frank, I saved you from Staten Island. So we never get to see when they first really met, and what Spider-Man really thinks about Punisher and his way of, like, thinking, being this vigilante that goes around killing people and torturing like criminals for information and stuff like that. We never really get to know how Spider-Man feels on that, because it's just too jokey and such a comic duo, to where there's a bit where Spider-Man takes away one of his grenade launchers and then he shoots the other one, and then he does the thing from the trailer where Spider-Man webs the barrel and then Punisher just goes, shoot yourself, and then just shoots, even though it's like, dude, how did you know that was not gonna fucking blow your arm off? Like, it's a grenade launcher, man. What the fuck are you thinking? So already, Punisher is still a fucking moron like he's been in Born Again and like in his special. He's just still a fucking lumbering idiot who doesn't think. Even though it's like the Punisher from the Netflix Daredevil, and I can't say on the Punisher Netflix show, I never watched it, I only watched Daredevil, but yeah. Punisher was more than just, like, a brute. He was a smart guy.
What are those?
But yeah, no, now he's an idiot. He's just a complete fucking moron. And this film continues that trend, because holy shit, he's so fucking stupid in this film. But yeah. Then yeah, he shoots Spider-Man off, which again, luckily he knows apparently that won't fucking kill him. Like, what if that fucking killed Spider-Man? How do you know he could take a fucking grenade launcher to the chest? I know it's covered in webs, but still. Like, ridiculous. And so then, after he gets shot off, Spider-Man stops Frank, does the thing where he like webs his face up and tells him to go home. And then they continue the chase, and the wolf, they kind of do again the thing from the video game where it's like, you gotta stop him, hurry up, Spider-Man. Like kind of like the helicopter chase from the first game. And they say, oh, it's heading for damage control, you gotta stop him. And then eventually Spider-Man stops it, pulls open the tank, finds a little old lady in there.
Nothing burned down.
And he's like, get out of the vehicle. And she's like, yeah, you know, you're right. And then we see, which I'm just going to say right now, we see Jean Grey jumping from body to body. Which again, as I was watching, because I've already heard the rumors before the film came out, I was like, oh. Because again, they kept saying the girl from Stranger Things, that redhead, that she was in it. And so, yeah. As soon as I saw her and just some of the rumors I heard, I was like, oh, okay, so she's Jean Grey. And then just, yeah, Spider-Man's like chasing after, and even she's like, oh, you could sense me, what the hell? Oh my god, you could sense me. And, yeah, she's basically just the villain for the whole film, basically. And then the whole thing becomes like Spider-Man's trying to figure out who is this person, and with these abilities and stuff like that. I gotta figure this out. And like, the main thing they have to focus on is like, oh, well, let's find, what the fuck? Like, oh, let's go find Matt Gargan. Scorpion could give us answers, because Jean wanted to break out Scorpion so she could use him to go after another damage control building. But before we get to more of that, we get like a whole section where Peter's at that same store buying flowers for Aunt May. And then he runs into Ned, and he sees him buying some alcohol, and they have a whole bit with that. And then Peter decides to follow him, and just goes to his party, finds out Ned is trying to find out who Spider-Man is, because he's like, oh, I want to thank him for all those times he saved us. They do a joke where, oh, it's the one teacher with the glasses and beard, or it's Flash Thompson is Spider-Man, he thinks. And it's like, eh. Okay, whatever. And just, yeah. Let's see, let's do this one. And so then he also then runs into MJ, where, he gets all flabbergasted. He's like, oh, hi, oh, jeez. And they even do a joke where he's like, oh, I'm your neighbor, and she's like, your friendly neighbor. And he coughs. And everything, he's just, you know, hanging out, but then sees MJ has a boyfriend, and just basically, he gets all sad and depressed and decides to swing away in the rain without his costume and all that. And he just goes back to his apartment, grabs the letter, he looks at it for a bit, and then all of a sudden his wrists start hurting, which in the beginning of the film, during the montage, we see him kind of, he's like, ah, fuck. Like something's already happening with his wrists. And then, yeah, he passes out, and then next thing, we get like a flashback where May was talking to him like while he was like wearing his first suit, so I guess it was taking place during Homecoming, and after she like found out he was Spider-Man, they start talking about, it's like, oh, it's really scary, you know? But before we can get the whole conversation, Peter wakes up and he's like, oh, Jesus. And he wakes up in like a spider cocoon, and he basically nearly falls to his death, but then he shoots a organic web from his wrist. And and honestly, the bit when he fell, I thought they were gonna do my back, my back. He just kind of has a similar alleyway. It kind of looked like, basically. But yeah. And so then he's like, what the hell is happening to me? Oh my god. And the computer AI he has tells him, oh, well, your arachnid DNA is like accelerating at a rapid pace compared to your human DNA. It's like, have you recently experienced any trauma or some kind of stress? And I just find it hilarious. Like, all the shit he does, like getting it, like, you know, getting probably beaten almost every day and shit like that. Like, that's not enough to trigger he freaking, like, changes. No, it's like, oh, as soon as he sees MJ kissing another guy, and he's, like, all depressed and shit. That's what it happens. It's like, oh, okay. And so then, yeah, we get a bit of him trying to put his web shooters on, which was seen in the trailer, but then he shoots them off. Because, yeah, unfortunately, he can't wear them over it. And he's, like, trying to go out because,
take a look under the hood?
he just wants to keep doing Spider-Man stuff. And we get a whole bit where he can't control it, and he's trying to figure it out. At one point, he does kind of get a bit of a control by saying web, then stop. Like, somehow that, like, works.
Two cloaks now.
And just,
identify their visual frequencies. I don't see your boss around.
And then, yeah, he gets a call that, oh shit, Scorpion is going after the damage control place. I gotta go get him. And so, there's like a whole bit of him just fucking around in the city to where he's having a hard time because he's not used to the organic webbing and stuff like that.
I've got nothing against Gargan.
Damn it.
I'm just saying I've kicked his butt a few times.
And what else? Is there another? Oh, you're right there. Hi. Go away. And so then, yeah, we see Scorpion, aka Jean, mind controlling him to try to get info from a damage control guy. And he's like, I don't know anything. What I love too is she doesn't immediately jump in him. She has to like pick him up physically, and then she's like, oh, I'll find out soon enough. It's like, well, wait a minute. What if like as soon as you transfer, Gargan then wakes up and he's like, what the hell? Oh my god. And he's like, why am I holding this guy? It's like, I don't know why she didn't just like do it while he was on the ground. But anyway, before she could possess the guy. But again, that is just a weird thing. Is that a thing Jean Grey could always do? I'm so used to like cartoons where her powers were she could read people's minds and she could move objects. She wasn't like able to like just take over people's bodies. That just felt a bit weird, but I don't know. Maybe that is a thing. But yeah, it was just weird. But yeah, Spider-Man arrives, tries to stop him, and because of like his new powers, he can't even sense anymore. Because even Jean points out, like, "Oh, you can't sense me. You think I'm Scorpion?" And so then they get into a whole fight, and at first Spider-Man is like losing, but then his arachnicide takes over. His eyes go black, and he just starts brutally beating the shit out of Scorpion to where he throws Scorpion into a police car and flips it.
Who are these people?
And basically, yeah, before you can get any information, Jean runs away and leaves Gargan's body.
That was fast. Did you find something?
Two things. This armed group calls themselves hunters.
And then, yeah, we have a whole scene where DeWolf is like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you can't do this shit, man. You nearly killed a cop.
Material for your article.
I'm writing it up now. Thanks.
And speaking of work,
Yeah, you nearly killed a cop. And she's like, you gotta figure this out, because if you don't, I won't be able to protect you. Come on, Spider-Man.
totally.
Come on, Spider-Man. And so then he leaves. What else happens then? Sorry if my recapping is bad. It's just, you know, focused.
Craven, that's their leader.
So then... Oh, I skipped over this scene completely. So after, like, the scene going back when he first encounters Jean Grey, and, like, there was a whole thing where she put a bomb in a tank saying, like, oh, you didn't ask the question where the bomb was. And then he talks to DeWolf, and he's like, I got somebody to talk to. And unfortunately, we go to see fucking Elena, of all fucking people. The fucking New Avengers fucking lady. Black Widow's sister. And yeah, he goes to, like, get some info. And they have a whole bit where she's like, this is my office, Sona. You have to strip down in your undie pants and get in the pool with me. And, I mean, I didn't mind the bit of, like, oh, he has to wear the mask while in the pool. Which I feel is kind of a very Spider-Man-y, comic booky thing. Like, sometimes he's, like, wearing certain clothes, but he still has the mask on, which I kind of found funny. But if only it wasn't with her, I would have been fine with that, you know? So, yeah, so basically he asked her for information. because Jean Grey is looking for something called VMAX, and they're like, "What the hell is VMAX?" And they have no
He
idea.
could help pinpoint these.
And then yeah, after that whole bit, yeah, I've been skipping a whole bunch actually. Jeez, I gotta go back. But yeah, it just basically leads. She says, "Yeah, I don't know. You have to figure that shit out." And then Spider-Man just goes, "Okay, I'll just go to damage control then, since you're so fucking useless. You suck, Elena." And then, yeah, they have a whole bit where he gets scanned, and they're like, "Please take off your mask." And he's like, "Well, I can't do that." But then the director comes out like, "Oh, that's quite alright."
Hungry too?
Even though it's like, shouldn't they have already known that? Why did we have to have this retarded bit of, "Oh, you better take off your mask or we're gonna attack you"? It's like, what the fuck? It's like,
You shouldn't have.
he says, like, you even know he's there for an appointment, and then you just decide, oh, I'm just gonna, like, still ask him to take his mask off, even though I should know already, Spider-Man, being the person he is, it can't take off his mask, because he keeps a secret identity.
Wonder.
But whatever, yeah, he goes to talk to him,
Nice.
and he's like, "You gotta help us, Spider-Man, you're the only one that could stop this threat." And he's like, "Okay." And they ask him, "What's VMAX?" And he's like, "Oh, I have no idea what that is."
Time to take
And then
my
he's like, "Oh, okay."
toy for a test drive.
It's just like, yeah, basic information and shit.
Remaining blind secured.
And then, yeah, that's pretty much what leads to, like, him going to the party and all that and stuff. And getting the organic webs, then fighting Scorpion and all that. Blah, 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 blah.
This Raven guy must be rich. Well connected.
Wow, I'm amazed they have not seen me yet. I am being reckless. Oh, God. There we go. So yeah, after the Scorpion bit, he then goes to Empire State University to talk to Dr. Banner, because he basically just wants to see, like, "Oh, hey, you made this device so you can suppress the Hulk, right?" It's like, "Do you think there's a way it would be the same for, like, this?" And he's, like, trying to be all secretive, saying, like, "Oh, yeah, I'm a student. I go here." And yeah, even Banner, like, they start talking about how the device could work, and Banner's like, "You know, that thing has some dangerous implications. Like, seriously, man, because you could be, like, in the wrong hands, you could, like, depower anyone. Like, by basically making a device like that." And they even do a bit where he's like, "Oh, you're not one of my students, are you?"
Buttons on that armor?
And then he eventually leaves. And then, yeah, we get a whole scene of Peter trying to make a nullifier to, like, suppress his arachnid genes.
Almost an exact replica.
And it just doesn't work.
Been probing it for
And
weeks.
as he, like, starts trying to do it, he gets met by Jean Grey, who's like, "Oh, I know who you are. You're Peter Parker." And, like, turns out she's in his, like, apartment, just there, hanging out. And, basically, we get a whole scene where she finds out about MJ, and she's like, "Oh, I might go visit MJ and pay her a visit." And then Spider-Man just starts chasing her through the city. And by chasing her, I mean chasing all the people that she possesses.
What's he hunting?
Even though, thinking about it now,
Definitely
I mean, how
involves Scorpion.
far... I know he's, like,
Mind looking
got
at
the
this Raven
whole,
guy in the
unfortunately,
meantime, letting Miles know what's
bad web situation now, because again, at this point, he has to rely on his organic webbing and stuff to figure stuff out. He can't, like, use his regular stuff. But thinking about it, it's like, why wouldn't he just try to go to the apartment and stop the main source instead of, like, chasing all of them? But whatever, we get, like, a whole scene where basically he's trying to, like, keep up with her, and basically during the scene he, like, figures out what is her radius of, like, how far can she go to possess people. And he figures out it's 33 feet, so at one point she gets inside of a guy who has a helicopter, and he gets the helicopter stuck in the air, like, webs it up and stuff so he can stop her. And then, yeah, we get a scene where he decides, "Oh, well, I gotta protect MJ, so I'll go pick her up." And, like, "Look, I got no time to explain. Is Ned safe? Just, you know, you gotta come with me. You're in danger, so come on." And then, yeah, she just goes, "Okay." And then they have a whole scene where she's like, "Why why choose me? What's going on? And he's like, oh, I can't really explain. I don't know. And then they have a moment where she's like, we knew each other, didn't we? She's like, I've had these, like, thoughts. And then they just have a moment where he lifts up the mask and they kiss. And then she takes off the mask real quick and just goes, Peter. Which, again, for me, when I first saw that, I actually believed it because of just how stupid Marvel has been over the years. I thought, like, for real that, like, she would have just remembered from that. And I even make a joke to my dad while we were watching, like, oh, now he's got to kiss Ned. But then, no, it turned out Jean already got to her. Even though we don't really see how, other than, I guess, towards the end, she got into a car real quick and just did that. I mean, it's funny, they don't show, like, if Jean was, like, even still in the apartment. Because it's like, after stopping the helicopter guy, you think instead of going to MJ, he would have, like, tried to quickly get to his apartment, and if she was still there, just catch her there. Because it's like, yeah, she could jump from body to body, but her physical body, she can't quickly leave an area. And I'm sure with, like, his high tech, he could have tracked her down some way. I mean, I know she was wearing gloves and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like he could have just went back and tried to apprehend her, but whatever. But yeah, we get a whole scene where she reveals, oh, I took control, and she doesn't remember you at all, Peter, haha.
What are you looking for?
And then the bit where she makes her jump off the building.
Wait.
And just... Spider-Man has to save her. And then there's a moment where Jean comes after him. And he's like, wait, stop, okay, you win. And then she, like, gives back the letter, like, oh, I liked your letter. It was a bit this and that, but it was not bad. And just, yeah, basically threatening him, like, stay out of my way. And so then... And then that's when we first get the shot of showing who is controlling people. And as I've already said, it's Jean Grey, played by the girl from that Stranger Things show. So, yeah. And just, yep. And so then Spider-Man decides, oh, I gotta take her and put her in a safe place. I'll take her to Frank Castle. Of all the people you could, like, send MJ to be protected by, you're gonna go with, like, the guy with guns. It's like, okay. Like, do you not have any other connections at all? But, okay, whatever. Like, only has to rely on frickin' Frank Castle for some reason. But okay. And yeah, when they go there, somehow he sets up he had all these fucking traps set up of, like, these big, heavy objects. The first one is hilarious. Spider-Man steps on the tripwire because, again, since his senses aren't working correctly, he didn't detect it. But, like, when he hits it, it's not even gonna kill him. It almost kills MJ, because she, like, almost gets crushed by this, like, giant thing. And I was like, what the hell? Why did it activate there? That makes no sense. Why wouldn't you, like, put it to where it would be, like, where the person steps? I was like, what's going on? That was just so fucking weird. I was like, okay. And then Frank's like, what the hell are you doing here? And he's like, come on, Frank, I need a favor. I need you to watch over her and protect her and stuff like that. And they do, like, a whole joke where he's like, you want chili? I got chili. I got that chili. That's, like, so stupid. Because, again, just Frank Castle's just a joke now. He's not what he used to be. He's just so terrible. Ugh. But, let's see... And then after that, he spends, like, most of the time trying to fix the thing. They have a scene where MJ and him are, like, talking. Like, she asks, oh, do you have a Miss Spider-Man? He's like, no, I don't have time for that and stuff. And then at, like, one point, like, he's having trouble because he's like, oh, yeah, I don't know what it is. The inhibitor I'm trying to use, it keeps, like, overheating. Oh, before that, though, I love when they enter, like, his ship. He has, like, a boat that he lives in. There's, like, a cabinet full of, like, Castle's, like, family. And MJ just goes, is that your family? He's like, hey, you stay away from that. You don't touch it. It's like, then why the fuck did you leave it open, dumbass? If you don't want people looking at your private stuff, maybe don't leave it open. It's like, what the hell? Like, I mean, he's like the first one that goes down there too. He could have quickly closed it before he goes to like make chili, but he doesn't. It's like, what the hell? But anyway, yeah, he's having trouble with the thing, and then MJ goes, "Oh, I was actually studying for this bio thing, so I could figure it out." And she literally does. She goes like, "Oh, well," because they go through all the solutions where it's like, "Oh, well, it's not the suit. The suit absorbs this," and she's like, "Oh, well, what about your eyes or your goggles? That could be." And then yeah, she basically figures it out. Even my dad even said something that was actually interesting, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's like, wait, why didn't the computer figure that out? You have this, like, high-tech AI, and it couldn't figure out the heating problem. It's like, what the hell? But, yeah, anyway, he gets it working. He's like, oh, sweet, I can use my webs and stuff. But then she's like, are you sure that's a good idea, though? That's like something you make for a monster. And he's like, well, I mean, if you've heard about my situation, look at me. It's like, I'm out of control. Oh, right, when Jean left in the car. Sorry I'm gonna be all over the place. I'm terrible at recapping stuff. But she goes, let's go to Empire State University, which is like, uh-oh. But yeah. And then, yeah, Spider-Man goes to sleep. He wakes up. Frank and him have a little talk. And then he learns that, oh shit, Jean's attacking the HQ of Damage Control. I gotta get down there. And so Spider-Man goes, he tells Frank, watch over MJ. And then MJ just decides, oh, well, aren't you gonna go with him? It's like, hey, he saved you on Staten Island, you're best friends, right? Actually, yeah, let's get him, because we gotta get to Peter. This is all about Peter, not you, Miles. Get out of here. Get out of here. And so then, yeah, then we cut to Spider-Man going to the main place. What story do I want to do? I don't know, I'm just trying to choose certain missions. I'll do that one. Yeah. Let's just do the lizard one, honestly. It's so hard to find good missions I want to do, man. Or actually, we could do that. Okay, sorry, back. So yeah. Goes to Damage Control. We have, Jean talking to the main guy in charge. I think his name's Bill. And she's like, you know what I want. Give it to me. Because, yeah, it took me a bit, but I was like, oh, okay, yeah, so this guy's the actual bad guy. Even though she does way worse shit compared to him. Like, yeah, he does some bad stuff, but she does some pretty terrible stuff in this film, too. Like I said earlier, she sets a bomb in a tank that could have killed a bunch of people. Like, she has no fucking care for any innocence. She's, like, willing to almost kill anybody, but luckily nobody gets killed.
I'm fast.
But yeah, just Jesus. But, yeah, Spider-Man goes to the Damage Control, which is all smashed up, and it's like, oh, jeez. And he goes to try to put the inhibitor on her, saying like, stop, Jean, don't do this. But then he gets attacked by the Hulk, because it turns out she went to the university and mind controlled the Hulk, and it's like, oh shit. And so now he has to fight the Hulk, and at one point during the fight, frickin' Frank shows up, and when he does, he's just like, as he's firing the gun, going I'm like, oh my god. I was like, fucking yelling doesn't make the bullets go faster, dude. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? That was like so fucking stupid. I like just didn't understand why he needed to do that. And also, I mean, just shows he's an idiot too. It's like, why the fuck are you trying to shoot the Hulk? Like, you really think your bullets are gonna do anything?
Looks like it's for some
To the fucking Hulk. Have you not heard of what he's done? Like, went up against Iron Man in his Hulk-busting armor and did all this other crazy shit in New York. But whatever. So yeah, we get a whole dumb action scene. There's even like a bit where Frank picks up like some device, throws it at the Hulk, who's controlled by Jean, and goes, "Really?" But then he shoots and it blows him away. And then at one point, Jean's trying to take control of Banner again, but then he's like, "Get out!"
For that bonfire?
And but then at that point, unfortunately, as Peter's trying to tell Banner, "Put the inhibitor on, quick." Cause yeah, like Punisher's, "Oh, go take care of Hulk, I'll take care of the girl." And they do a joke where it's like, "Oh, you only want to do that because you don't want to fight the Hulk, don't you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess." It's all dumb and comedic. But before that too, right, they have a bit where he says, "Oh, MJ told me to come look after you." And he's like, "Oh, she did?" Like, "Oh my god, really?" And he even does a dumb joke. Punisher's like, "Are you blushing, Daffodil?" I was like, "Who the fuck are you?" My god, Punisher becomes a different person every fucking time, and each time it's worse.
They're shipping
It's like,
more
Christ, man.
Grad for this event?
But yeah, he basically tells him, "Go take care of Hulk, I'll take care of her."
Have to be coming in nearby.
And as he says
No
that,
air
Spider-Man's
fights
like,
here.
"Do not kill her!" And he's like, "Shut the fuck up, I'm gonna do it my way."
Something there can lead me to
And then Spider-Man at least doesn't even really argue against it. He then tries to actually give him good advice, like saying, "Stay 33 feet away from her." And he's like, "Bleh." He just does that. Even though it's like, that's important advice, you fucking idiot. You need to know how far you need to be away from her if you're gonna try to kill her, you dummy. But no, he just wanders in some room, gets distracted by some stupid, like,
Sir,
weird
are you okay?
creature head. I don't know what the hell that is, if it's like a reference to something or whatever. And then she just goes, "Oh, hey." Then just easily mind controls him because he's an idiot. Even though, I feel if you look at the shot, I feel he could have shot her before she even did it. Because she kind of takes a moment, and
I
he,
can take your shipment
like,
to your
just
boss.
doesn't do anything to stop her. It's like, what the fuck, man? Oh.
You can just tell me where he is. Oh, great.
But then, yeah, and then we have Peter trying to deal with Banner, telling him, like, "Please put the inhibitor on," but then it's like too late, and he's like, "Get out of here, get out of the building."
Have some
And
unfinished-
then Spider-Man's like, "Oh, Dr.
Better
Banner,"
go check on the
and
doctor.
then we get,
I did
which I
another-
feel is supposed to be like, "Oh, he says the line, guys."
Easy, easy.
Though he
Pretty
adds
bad
girl,
shape.
he goes, "No Banner, no girl,
Please.
only Hulk," and it's like, "Oh, jeez, it's the actual Hulk.
You're gonna
He's
be
no
okay.
longer the
I
pussy,
thought you were going to kill me.
pussy
What did they
Professor
want?
Hulk. Oh, he's regular Hulk. Oh, and he's
Here.
even bigger."
Here.
And I was like,
I
okay.
thought I took this.
Which I still don't even understand. What happened? Like, why did he lose control of Professor Hulk? I mean, again, I guess he does say she broke something. Because again, like, even when he lost the inhibitor, sorry to bring up a bad show, but She-Hulk, he was like, fine. He would just turn into the Hulk and be Professor Hulk. So I don't understand
Now,
why
where's
was
the
it that
problem?
as soon as
Wonder how Harry's
as he
doing about
loses
this
it,
right now.
and he starts like getting angry,
Hey, buddy.
he just like
How you feeling?
starts turning back into
What's happening?
regular Hulk.
Craven or Cravenoff.
Other than the
He's
writers
using
were like,
some
"Oh, well, we
Guardians
want to have an
18
excuse to have
camps.
Spider-Man fight the
Figure that
Hulk,"
stuff
and then
out.
there you go.
Looks
And
like
then
a
yeah, we have a whole fight scene. He
Hang
does like a
on.
thunderclap, and then Spider-Man grabs like a shocker gauntlet. And throughout the fight, he's trying to put the inhibitor on, but it's not working because of the thick skin. And during that, we see Jean controlling Frank,
Hope our VIP is
grabbing
okay.
more of those explosive devices and being all like, "Oh, good luck with that."
How are you getting in?
Kitchen entrance.
And then yeah,
The classic.
as the
Peter
fight
Parker
goes,
look
he
is
like wraps
iconic.
Hulk around a building. Pieces of the building fall off. They're webbed to him, and they're kind of pulling the Hulk. And then before he can kind of kill Peter, Peter's all like, "Bruce, stop! It's me, Peter, your friend." Which I immediately was just like, "What the fuck are you talking about, friend? You two only met in like Endgame. Like if you remember fucking Infinity War." Bruce Banner was like, "Wait, there's a Ant-Man and a Spider-Man?" He didn't know who the fuck
Oh, never did that with me.
Peter was. So I don't understand him saying that would do anything.
Hey,
Or even in that matter, why is he doing this
Come
with the
over
Hulk? But then it just works. Because all of a sudden the Hulk looks at a reflection Because I guess Bruce is still in there a little bit. And he's like, oh no, oh, what have I
Sounds like your
done?
shift's starting.
Yeah.
And then he starts getting pulled out of the building and he holds onto a rock, but then he just lets go and just lets himself fall, possibly crushing any innocent people if they weren't cleared out of the way. It's a great job. Like, Peter doesn't even try anything to stop him. He just lets him fall. It's like, oh, okay. And then, yeah, Jean blows open the safe using Punisher, and she threatens to kill Bill.
Pretty nice. And I'm feeling great.
And we hear her for the first time. We kind of get a motivation. Because, again, we keep thinking, oh, VMAX, what is this? Some kind of weapon or something? But then we see she goes, where is she? But before anything could happen, Spider-Man webs Frank's gun and then puts the inhibitor on Jean. He's like, it's over. And then the Bill guy shoots her with a tranq dart. He's like, great work, Spider-Man. They have a dumb joke where Frank's like, is that my gun? And then somehow he's not arrested. That's what I fucking find funny, too. Punisher is just in the public, and nobody fucking cares. Like, nobody wants to try to arrest him or do anything. Even though technically all the police would want him arrested for all the crimes he's basically been doing. Like, yeah, he's killing criminals, but he's still fucking taking the law into his own hands. He's a criminal himself as well. But they never bring that up. He's just like, oh yeah, he's in a scene, and then he's just gone. It's like, what the fuck? That makes no goddamn sense.
My suit had a neural interface like this.
But yeah, and then we get a scene where Spider-Man asks the guy
and take a vacation all at once.
who's clearly evil, like, oh hey, she mentioned Sarah before she passed out. Do you know anybody by the name Sarah?
By the podium.
And he's like, oh yeah, she got in my mind for a little bit, and Sarah was somebody I've worked with. It must have infected her mind, and like, she thought it was something else. Yeah, but thank God you stopped her, Spider-Man. We'll be sure to question her after she wakes up and stuff like that. And then, after that, we get a scene where Peter goes to MJ saying, hey, I did it, I stopped the bad guy. But then turns out she found the letter because he left it there. And, yeah, basically... yeah, left it there. And then she's like, I want to talk to Peter Parker. They have a whole conversation, which just... ugh. And then it just ends with her being like, well, I don't remember any of that. The spell worked. I don't love you. I'm sorry. And then, yeah, they have an awkward moment where she's like, I think I should go home now. But then before she goes, she turns back. She's like, oh, actually, I don't have my phone, so can you swing me home? And he's like, oh, yeah, of course. So they have a little bit of an awkward swing, and then he, after he drops her off, is ready to leave. But then she's like, oh, would you like to say hi to Ned? And he's like, yeah. And then, yeah, his app goes off, and he's like, oh, MJ, Spider-Man's in the vicinity of the building. And they have a joke where he's like, oh, no way, really? And just, yeah, he basically talks to him for a bit. They make up an excuse that he saved MJ on a subway platform. And then they just hang out, build Legos, and they're showing like, oh, look, remember when they were such good friends? Oh, wasn't it sad that they got their memories erased? But look at that, even though he doesn't remember him, he's still connecting to him really well. And even MJ suggests, oh, you know what? You should tell him you're Spider-Man and be friends again. I think he could handle it, you know, it'd work out. What's happening with those waiters is what happened in the movie. It's just a clusterfuck. It's such a mess. But yeah, and then as they were talking, he tells her, oh yeah, I accidentally kissed you. When Jean was controlling you, I thought it was you, I'm sorry. And she's like, oh, it's alright. I don't even remember. And then that's when he's like, wait a minute. What? And she's like, yeah, I don't even remember. It was like instantaneous. It was like on off. And he's like, but he told me this. He fucking lied to me. And then, yeah, we get a whole scene of like, uh-oh, bad guys experimenting on Jean. I love, too, they put her in like a chair, like tied up and stuff. And they make it look like it's like a regular room. But then they do a thing where they raise like a thing or a curtain to be like, oh my god, it's an evil lab, my god.
a tiger.
Though I just don't understand, why did we need, like, all the furniture and all that?
Let's give
Like,
Dima something to eat that isn't spicy.
were you ever gonna let her, like,
Must be so
actually live in that cell and use the stuff in there? Because when they start the experiment, they basically, I guess, do a thing where it's like some kind of weird,
Something in that study might help me find
some kind of weird screen that basically makes her activate her powers, which then bounce off the wall and then jump into her face, basically.
the hell was that?
Whatever. Give me the meat. Give me the meat. Want that meat. Want that meat, boy. Really? Can't grab there? Make another one? Jeez. Come on. Come on. Give me the meat. Or... that weird.
A meal fit for a
That
Russian
doesn't help I
type
turned off the
bodyguard.
HUD.
That sounded good. Might have to make a few minor adjustments to this.
But,
meal.
yeah.
Where's that sleeping hunter?
We see, like, them start the experiment where, where can I go? Right here, right? Yeah. And it's just, like, basically bouncing it back and forth, to where it's, like, really hurting her and stuff. And then we get a whole scene of Spider-Man rushing over to try to stop it. He even calls Frank, telling him, like, oh, we got everything wrong! Oh! But then Frank's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. If I get a chance, I'm gonna fucking kill her. Which, I don't know about you. I get what he's trying to do. It's like, oh, if she's a huge threat, she should just be taken out. Especially with that power she has. But it's like, I don't believe Frank would just immediately be like, oh, I'm just gonna kill this child. Like, again, he goes after criminals. He knows nothing about this girl. Other than, yeah, she's done some dangerous stuff. But it's like, why would you, like, want to kill her right away? But, I mean, I do agree at a certain point, like, yeah, if she won't stop what she's doing, maybe it is best to put her down. But still,
Hi, Dima.
it just feels a bit out of character that he's, like, casually, like, come on, let's just kill her.
Snack.
Or, I think he refers to her as it. Like, come on, let's just kill it. It's like, okay, what the hell, Frank? Jeez. I know you're, like, this dark, gloomy guy, but come on, dude. But, yeah. So, yeah, Spider-Man tries to call him. Frank just doesn't really care. He's like, ah. He does that again, which is so stupid. And then, yeah, we get a scene of, like,
Masterpiece.
I probably skipped over. Like, we have her questioning, like, where's my sister, you son of a bitch? Oh, yeah, that's a reveal. Because, yeah, he fucking... I keep skipping over Elena, which, can you blame me? But, yeah, he calls Elena on the computer, and basically she looks up, oh, yeah, a lot of the stuff's been scrubbed, other than she did have a sister. And he's like, oh, shit, what? And, yeah, so basically finds out that, that she had, like, a sister...
These drugs are for late-stage chemotherapy.
Yeah, basically found out had a sister. And then, yeah, that's when he goes to the thing. And he kind of blames himself, even though it's like, dude, it's not your fault. Because that is my biggest issue with that film, too. Jean's, like, doing all this horrible shit, hurting innocent people, possibly killing so many people. Like, yeah, there's literally a part where when he goes to race her to get to MJ, she possesses an old man and just, like, puts him in the middle of the street, and then he gets hit by a taxi and just dies. Well, I don't know if he dies, but it clearly looks like he... Or not clearly, it looks like he freaking dies, because I'm like, dude... Like, what the hell? Like, why did you do that? This guy had nothing to do with anything, and you just possibly killed him now. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But yeah, she's been basically doing all this because she wanted to find her sister. And again, when I found that out, I was like, why the fuck didn't you tell Spider-Man that your sister was in danger? He would have immediately helped you. It's like, what is your problem? But whatever, he blamed himself, which is stupid. It's like, it's not his fault. Literally, it's like her fault for not saying anything. Like, all you had to do is say, yeah, my sister's in danger and these guys were involved. Can you help me, Spider-Man? Like, obviously he would help you. It's like, what the hell? But anyway, yeah, he gets there. The guards are like, oh, we're on full lockdown. The experiment's happening. And then, yeah, we get a whole scene where Spider-Man's like, oh, hey, we're friends. What the hell? Why are you pointing guns at me? He's like, oh, is that how it's gonna be? And then he decides to waste time by being like, let me get in a little stretch here, boys. For a joke. Which, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh, it's kind of funny. But now knowing the context, like, oh, Jean is currently being tortured right now. And you're fucking around with this stupid joke instead of, like, actually trying to save her. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, Peter?
Thank me for this later.
It's like, you don't have time for this shit. You gotta go. But, I mean, it doesn't even matter, though, because Spider-Man doesn't even save her in the end. Because, yeah, he's like, oh, where's Jean? And then we get a whole scene where Jean, as she's being tortured, she's like, ah. And then they focus on her looking up at it like an air vent. And at first, we're just kind of staring at it. It's like, what are we doing? And then it shows, oh shit, it turns out on the air vent, which is vent max, part of the like tape is peeled, and so it says VMAX. And the idea was basically, as she said, my sister sent me a message saying VMAX. And the bad guy constantly is like, I don't know why you guys keep asking me this. I don't know what VMAX is. What? And so that was the idea. Basically, when she died, she let loose a psychic blast or something that reached Jean, and that's the last thing she heard from her sister was VMAX. And basically says, my sister, the last thing she saw was this goddamn room. And yeah, I guess the whole idea was like, oh, it motivated her so much and pissed her off so much that she becomes even more powerful to where she breaks the glass, even extends her reach from what it was, the 33 feet, to even longer now. And just then basically
No Craven yet, but I think I know where he is.
sends out a shockwave and does like the Charles Xavier thing where everybody is basically frozen in place but is conscious and cannot move. And I can't even imagine how many people fucking died because of what she did. Because again, some people are like fucking driving. So they would just be crashing and like wouldn't be able to like stop themselves from like not falling over and shit like that, which is just insane. It's like, what the fuck? And then finally, after that whole scene with her, we finally cut back to Spider-Man, who's just casually kind of walking through. It's like, dude, you gotta fucking move. I know at this point he doesn't fucking know what's happening, but it's like, dude, you need to fucking move. But he's just like casually just like walking through. He's like seeing all the ninjas frozen, because yeah, as he's breaking in, they're like, oh, Spider-Man's here. And Bill sends like the Hand to freaking go fight him. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring them up. Yeah, they mentioned in the montage like Spider-Man took down the Hand. When I first saw them, I was like, huh? Well, why? Like, the Hand were never ever involved with Spider-Man at all. They're Daredevil villains. So I'm like, wait, why are they fucking fighting Spider-Man now? And then yeah, the next time we see him is in the beginning when he's going to get information about like what happened before we found out about Jean and all that. Basically, there's a scene where they're coming down the stairs, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, they're good. It turns out they were just a bunch of lost kids, and they just needed some guidance. Already got them." I was like, "What?" And it's just hilarious. Like, this guy has like people with guns and stuff already established, but he decides to opt for like, "Oh yeah, let's have some ninjas too." And can someone tell me, are they supposed to be human? I thought, like, the Hand were, like, just human but highly skilled fighters, and not fucking, like, superpowered beings. I mean, I don't understand. Because, yeah, getting back to the scene, Jean realizes Spider-Man is here, and she's like, what the fuck are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I'm here to help you. But then she's like, you're the one that put me here. Which, in the theater, I said to myself out loud, it's like, yeah, because you fucking didn't tell him anything. You left so much information out. Like, if you just told him, like, what was going on, he would have helped you. But instead, you decided to keep information from him. Stab him. It was so stupid. But yeah, basically, he then has to, like, fight the Hand, who are being mind-controlled all at once by Jean, because she's become, like, so powerful now. And I'm just, like, as I'm watching this fight, I'm like, it's cool, I like a lot of the choreography and stuff, but I'm just wondering, why the fuck is Spider-Man wasting time doing all this shit? He should just be able to boom, 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 web them down. Like, take away their swords, web them, and then... Like, here's an example. Spider-Man should be able to do this. Boom. Just pull their weapons and stop them from being able to use them. And what's just so funny about the fight, too, is, like, they have swords, but then they also have, like, stun batons. And then every time they hit Spider-Man, it's always with the stun batons and never the blade part. The only time they kind of stab him is one stabs himself just to get to Spider-Man. Even though there are, like, so many different opportunities they could have stabbed Spider-Man, but they don't. But again, yeah, overall, I thought the fighting throughout the film was really cool. I liked it a lot. But again, it doesn't make up for the setup. The setup for each of the fights was just so stupid. Especially that one. Like, it's just so dumb, man. But, yeah. So then, yeah, he's fighting. They even have a part where two guys come in with these weird guns. He tries to web them, and then you shoot them, and it turns out, oh shit, Damage Control made weapons specifically for Spider-Man. And she even says, isn't it interesting how your friends made weapons to fight against you? And then she, like, starts going on some speech, like, oh, all people are bad. They're all terrible. Even though it's like, no. Like, yeah, specifically these people and what they did are bad, but not all people are bad. Like, so every person you possess, like all the innocent people, like you, and it's established when she goes into them, she can, like, read their thoughts and stuff. Are they all bad for what they do? Just living their lives? Like, what the fuck are you talking about that people are bad? Like, shut the fuck up, Jimmy. So fucking stupid. But, yeah, anyway, so we have, like, a moment where she's like, oh, just, you know, who are you? Are you Spider-Man or Peter Parker? And big old speech and all that. And then at one moment, yeah. And then the thing that happens is he finally takes off the inhibitor and he embraces it. He gets, like, the black eyes, and then one of the Hand guys tries to stab him, and they, like, webs and breaks the sword. And then he just says, I'm both. And they even have, like, a moment where, like, oh no! He's, like, gonna lose control, you think, and he's, like, gonna let one of them get stabbed, but then it just shows he saves them. And then he just effortlessly takes them all out now, because now that he's embraced his new powers, to where one of the guys hit his arm with the stun baton, and it just breaks. So I guess somehow he's got, like, harder skin now, strong enough to break that stuff. It's like, oh, okay. And then he does kind of a web blossom, basically. Like, he jumps up in the air, webs all the ninjas, then he busts into the door. And he tries to tell her, like, oh, you gotta stop. And while this is going on, Frank finds a building, gets on a roof, and we see he's, like, setting up a sniper rifle. Because he's deciding, oh, I'm just gonna shoot this bitch and end this and save the city, basically. But, yeah, Spider-Man busts in, he tries to tell her to stop, and then he kind of gets, like, grabbed with her psychic powers, and he's like, oh! And then she's like, don't think I can't get inside your head now. I'm freaking stronger now, bro. And he's like, alright, go ahead, bitch. And so then, yeah, she does, and we go back to that memory of Aunt May talking to him, and just, basically they do a thing where it's like, oh, it at first starts with Peter, but then Jean's in Peter's position, basically having it almost seem like it's like Aunt May's talking to Jean, like she's living out Peter's moment here. And just, she gives, like, advice, like saying, just because you have these great powers, that doesn't change who you are. You are still you. Don't let the powers define who you are. You are who you are, and I love you for who you are. And then, yeah, she even hugs Aunt May, and then they have a moment where Peter goes, oh, hey. Like, shows up in his mind place with, like, a hoodie and stuff like that.
Those people can't fight off symbiotes on their own.
Ah, oh, Jesus, help.
That's That's right. Focus on the big, loud Spider-Man.
But yeah. And then they have like a whole talk where she's like, oh, I'm so sorry about your aunts. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry about your sister. And they just have a whole talk of like, oh, we can't let this change us, all this and that. Like, yeah, his whole lesson is he tried to do everything alone. He's like, I tried to do everything alone and it just didn't work. I need to learn to open up to people.
We're close.
And just
We're doing
some
great.
bullshit like that. And then just as like everything is settling down, his spider sense goes off and he realizes they do like a shot where it's like a dark hallway and you're like, oh shit. And you hear the gun clicking.
now
And
you're
then
in much
Frank
better hands.
fires the shot to try to kill Jean.
Man, people
And
really
Spider-Man
appreciate
grabs her, and instead of just, you know, diving out of the way, which, I mean, I know, like, when Punisher is shooting in that room, there are people back there, but I'm pretty sure nobody's in the line of fire that would have been hit with that bullet. But again, I could be wrong. Someone let me know, maybe. But yeah, so instead of, like, diving out of the way and getting her out of the way, he just turns and takes the bullet. And it feels like they try to recreate that moment that happened with, like, Aunt May from No Way Home, but with Peter, where he's like, no, I'm fine. And he falls to the ground, and he tells her, you're gonna be okay. And then just, yeah. I love the shot, too, when they show Frank, where he's like, oh, fuck, oh, no, Peter, I mean, Spider-Man, I don't know you're Peter, but Spider-Man, no! Oh, it's just, like, so stupid. Like, did he not see Spider-Man bust into the room
Must be a Tuesday.
and stuff, and, like, nobody was, like, doing anything to hurt anyone? I mean, I know it's like, oh, he had to hurry because everybody was, like, probably suffering being in that state. I love when me and my dad were watching that part. He's like, oh, you know, maybe she doesn't have control. But then the part goes like, stay back or I'll kill him and all these thousands of people. So I was like, yeah, no, she has full control. She can kill anybody at will now. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. So, like, at that point, I can't really blame Frank for trying to, like, kill her. Because he's like, oh, shit, I gotta help these people. And if the only way is to kill her, then okay. But still. Still felt a bit out of character for him, wanting to just be, like, casually kill this little girl that he knows nothing about. To know, like... Because, I mean, again, in certain situations, you think Frank is the kind of person where when something bad happens to somebody, he'll go after the people that did the bad thing, and not just... Like, I don't know. Again, I'm probably not making sense, but, I mean, it just didn't feel right that he's, like, wanting to just kill her so casually. It's like, eh. But yeah, Spider-Man gets shot. He tells her it's gonna be okay, and I think she's, like, trying to use her powers to, like, keep him alive. We have, like, a whole scene where Frank is, like, carrying Spider-Man into the hospital, which I imagine his dialogue, even though it looks like he's speaking words, is going, whoa, whoa, as he's trying to get him there. And also, again, just hilarious. Especially, like, after, like, they do basically, like my dad said, they do, like, Superman Returns, where it's like, we're all waiting to see if Spider-Man will be alive or not. And they have, like, New York lighting up lights, putting up signs, like, oh, Spider-Man, we love you so much, oh, please don't die, you're the best Spider-Man, oh. They even have, like, a moment where Frank is, like, sleeping in the room. Which, that's hilarious, too. It's like, how the fuck are they letting this guy stay here? Does nobody know the Punisher's reputation? That he, like, murders a bunch of, like, people? It's like, what the fuck? Like, again, in Daredevil Born Again, they made it seem like he was a wanted man. And it shouldn't be just by the task force, but it should have been by the police as well. Like, he is a vigilante that they would want to put in jail. I'm sorry. But yeah, just fucking so stupid. You just sleep in the hospital and they have a whole bit of banner where he's like, oh, I see your face. You're just, you look like just what I thought. You look like a nice kid. And he's all like, oh, are you crying, Frank? He's like, oh, are we best friends and stuff like that? Even though, again, I don't give a shit. Because again, I'm like, you two this is like basically the first time I'm seeing you two meet, and we don't even get to see that history. Like, that is a problem with this film. We skip over so much shit we could have seen, like, Spider-Man doing to establish him in this place, but no. We never see it. Dang, I want to do that thing. Stop it. bitch.
Just a little bit safer now. Thanks to
I'm almost done. Like I said, it's so hard to recap the movie when it's so bad. But yeah, and then they have a thing where he looks out the window, sees like, oh my god, look at all these people who are here for Spider-Man. And he's like, oh, they had to cut open your costume, but don't worry, I got a plan to get you out of here. And so then Peter just walks out the building with some clothes, and then in the window, they all go, look, it's Spider-Man! And it turns out Frank put on parts of the glove and the mask to try to convince people, see, I'm alright, I'm okay, see, I'm here. They even have him fucking do, like we don't hear any noise when he's outside, but then when we go back inside the hospital, we hear him going, I was like, fuck off. Oh my god. Like, for some reason, they really love having Frank do that. I don't know why. For me, it's so fucking annoying every time he's like, just so bad. But yeah, anyway, we see Peter being all happy, like, oh my god, look at all these people that care about Spider-Man, that's so cool. They even have, like, a thing where, like, a kid looks at him and he does, like, a little flip at him.
Looks like
And the
they're
kid's
hunting
doing,
for
or
something. Better put a
whip.
stop to it.
Whip. But it's just, yeah, it's whatever, man. What else
Pet enforcement
happens?
here.
Oh my
You're in
god.
violation of several ordinances. Big boy coming in with friends.
What else happens? What else happens? Oh, I should have seen it. Oh no, he was just, I think, doing his regular stand. Because I thought that guy was just... And then... I'm trying to think what happens afterwards. I think just basically everything starts going back to normal. I think, yeah, they show, like, Peter on, like, building scaffolding, just, like, hanging out, drinking a coffee. We see MJ at the spot at, like, the, MIT, just, like, hanging out. And I think she's, like, touching a piece of the Black Dahlia jewelry that Peter gave her. And I think they're trying to suggest, oh, maybe she will fall back in love with Peter, or something like that. It's like, okay. And then we see Jean on a bus, just casually just leaving. Because, I mean, I guess as Spider-Man was dying, he's like, you gotta get out of here. And he's just cool with letting, like, this woman who created a fucking sphere that, like, trapped people in their own bodies, basically. Basically, like what Wanda did. Except, like, with Wanda, she had them, like, moving around and puppeting them. This one, it's like, oh, they just couldn't move and they're probably in pain. I mean, we see MJ when she's, like, experiencing it. She's fucking crying. So I'm like, I'm assuming they're all just in pain now. So it's like, oh, Jesus, that ain't good. Oh, Jesus Christ,
An arms deal. Not good. Look here.
Oh.
Hope you guys kept your receipt.
But yeah, she just gets to ride away on a bus, doesn't get to pay for any of the crimes she did or anything like that. She's scot-free. Like, the new Avengers don't care, because, oh yeah, that was the thing Elena establishes too. You know what you do, it's small potatoes, it's not big potatoes. Even though it's like... So, Mayor Fisk going around killing a bunch of innocent people in Daredevil Born Again. Oh my god, the colors. That wasn't big potatoes. That's small potatoes. Huh. Okay. It's like, what do you consider big potatoes? Like, as she calls it, like, big events. Like, you guys haven't had, like, the last kind of Thanos threat was in Doctor Strange 2, but the new Avengers weren't even established at that time. And now they've been established, and they've just been doing fuck all. They've done nothing. Like, again, the biggest event would have been Fisk. Why the fuck didn't they stop Mayor Fisk? Oh, because they had that phone call on that show where Val is like, oh yeah, I approve of what Fisk is doing, I guess. Even though that shouldn't be possible, because the new Avengers were like, we own you. I guess not. She still has power to basically let Fisk do what he wanted before he got kicked out. Like, what the fuck? So stupid, man. But yeah, then we have, like, some time has passed, and, like, we have him on the phone with DeWolf. He's like, oh, you know, my back hurts a little, but, you know, I could still do some Spider-Man stuff. And she's trying to convince him, like, even when there's a robbery going on, and he's like, oh, I'm actually close by. I could just go stop it. She's like, nah, we'll handle it. And it's like, okay, are you sure you'll handle it? I mean, you're, like, hanging out with your family and not, like, looking like you're doing police work. It's like, shouldn't you have Spider-Man go and do it? I mean, especially it's a bank robbery. He could just figure it out fast, you know, but whatever. But yeah, we're towards the end of the film. And we get a part where Ned's back in the shop, and at first Peter's about to leave again. But then he decides to stop on by. He's like, oh, hi. And he's like, oh, hey, you're that flower guy. And then Peter introduces himself. He's like, I'm Peter. And then they just do the handshake thing. Like, for some reason, Ned at first is like, this is weird. But then he's like, wait a minute, oh my god. Like, it's like almost like he just all of a sudden remembers Peter and even goes, Peter. Though I think that moment's supposed to be saying, like, oh shit, he knows he's Spider-Man. And then it just shows Tom Holland smiling. And then the film ends. And then that's it. And then the post-credit scene is we see the spider tracker being like, Spider-Man not found, Spider-Man not found. And the graphics like zooming out from Earth. And it goes to a random spot in space, and it just goes then, Spider-Man found. I guess, suggesting he got teleported for Secret Wars, I guess. Because then they ended with, Spider-Man will return. And yeah, overall, that's fucking Spider-Man Brand New Day. Overall, I hated it. The trilogy of the Homecoming movie, the Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home, even with No Way Home having plot issues, so much fucking better compared to Brand New Day, in my opinion. Just, Brand New Day was just so bad. Like, it just, you had a chance to, like, give us an actual Spider-Man experience where, okay, he's reset to where he's on his own, he's got low resources, and he's got to figure some stuff out, and you can even have him be moving on from MJ and stuff. But no, instead, we retread ground by, instead of him having no, like, resources to help him, he just has a 3D printer and can just make whatever the fuck he wants, and has this AI Eevee to do what he needs to get shit done. And then just having to bring back, like, Ned and MJ, even though, like, it was, like, perfect to have it to where, like, oh, he doesn't want to put her in danger, so he leaves and stuff like that. And, like, just moves on with his life, but no. And then just, what a way to establish Jean Grey. Like, even if they try to make her a hero, I can never see her as a hero, honestly, with just all the things she's done. I'm like, you're a horrible person. Like, all those things you did. Like, Jesus. Like, you did some pretty fucked up shit, man. Like, she showed no mercy to any innocent people, and just treated everybody like, oh yeah, they're all evil, right? Even though it's like, no. It's like, Jesus, criminy. It's like, I don't understand what is wrong with you. Just, yeah, it was just a step down. Like, the film should have just been, you know, you could still have that montage of, like, I did like the beginning of, like, the montage. Like, like, if he didn't have the 3D printer and all that, and it was just him, no AI. Just having that, just seeing him do some Spider-Man shit, saving the day, doing his thing. Like, that was really cool. I liked a lot of that. But then you just go into this shitty plot line, and then you, like, change it all of a sudden. To where, again, I love they established the Wolf character, but then through, I think, like, yeah, the last time we see her is that Scorpion scene, and then we never see her again when she tells him, hey, you gotta get your shit together. Like, after that, she just disappears. And then she doesn't show up until the very end to call Spider-Man and check up on him, and that's it. It's like, what the hell? Like, why didn't you just make it to where the story is like, you know, Spider-Man's doing his thing, and then a new big boss comes into the picture. And the story is like Spider-Man trying to figure out how to stop him and stuff like that. Instead of like, oh, let's have it to where we establish Jean Grey, who is a dumbass and doesn't tell Spider-Man, oh hey, these guys kidnapped my sister. Can you help me? Like, does she not know Spider-Man's reputation? You establish it with the montage in the beginning, but she never considers, oh, maybe I should ask Spider-Man for help? But no, she just gets mad, like, oh, you put me here. You were working with these guys who you call your buddies. It's like, yeah, he was only working with them because he thought they had the same interests as him, which is protecting people from dangerous people like you, Jean, which you clearly exhibit because of all the actions you took in the film. It was like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, oh, she's so terrible. That's why I'm not looking forward to it when they do try to make her into a superhero. It's like, no, like, yeah, like, they tried to make you feel bad for her, and just for me, I didn't. She's just a full-on villain. She's just a horrible, terrible person for a lot of the things she did to people. It's like, Jesus. And like I was saying before, that whole, oh, big potato, little potato, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Fucking, ugh, so stupid, man. Oh, it's so bad. I just hate it. I hated it. I'm very curious to talk about this movie with people at work. Just seriously. But yep, that's pretty much it. As I said before, that's how the film made me feel. It just landed on its face, just fucking horrible, man. And again, I'm looking forward to listening to EFAP now. I started a little bit of it, but I still need to listen the rest of it. I'm very curious to hear the rest of their thoughts and see if they line up with mine of, like, problems, or if there's anything I actually missed, honestly. Which, let me know. Though, I'm assuming a lot of you guys probably liked the film. Which, I mean, again, if you liked it, it's like, okay, but it's like, just for me, this was bad. Like, yeah, the first 3 Tom Holland Spider-Man movies are good. This was just a major step down. It was just so bad. Yeah. But, yep. Anyway, how long have I talked? Damn, for an hour. Nice. I thought it'd be kind of a short video, but hey, that's cool. I mean, hey, I wanted to get all my thoughts out there. And I hope you enjoyed just some of the gameplay as I was just playing. But before I end the video, yeah, the thing that surprised me, not only did we get this suit for Spider-Man, I was surprised they actually added this one. And I was like, oh, shit. Which, again, I don't know how a lot of you guys feel about it, but I really love this. I just love, too, the wrist representing, like, Japanese Spider-Man right there. Like, that's so cool. I remember I watched somebody's video. They gave it a 4 out of 10. You're like, oh, it's overly designed. And I just want to ask them, well, what do you think about, like, the Iron Man in that game? Is he overly designed, looking samurai? Or, like, Captain America with his jacket and stuff? It's like, I don't know. I think this look is fine. Again, like, I like the knuckles, the blue around the arms. Biceps are maybe a bit weird, but, you know, it nicely, like, separates, like, the shoulders and stuff like that. But again, I'm not a costume design kind of guy. I'm just, you know, I'm just a guy who's just, oh, do I think that looks cool? Yeah. And I think it's just me. It boosts up a lot more just the fact that, that it's, like, Japanese Spider-Man themed, which, look forward to that. I'm definitely going to be making a video on this. And hopefully I'll be able to get this video out today. Currently, it is Aka's second Sunday. I really would like to try to upload it before, like, next week and stuff, which, look forward to some of the games I played. I've played and I've beaten Brutal Legends. That'll be coming out next Sunday, actually. Like, the first part will actually be up next Sunday. But first, for this week, will be the finishing parts for the Doom the Dark Ages Revelation DLC I played. So, look forward to that. And then, yeah, I played Brutal Legends. And after that, I'm going to start playing Sleeping Dogs at some point and try to start uploading those for August. But I also got to start working on recording me playing X-Men Origins Wolverine with mods, because I want to play that before the new Wolverine comes out, because I'll try to play that for September and have those videos out and stuff. Though again, I keep saying this in my videos, I really do need to sometimes take a little break sometimes. But, you know, I like working on stuff. I like keeping myself busy. But, yep, overall, that's gonna do it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed my ramblings on the movie. Overall, I would not recommend it. It's just bad. Though, I mean, it doesn't matter what I say. It's making a shit ton of money, which is what I expected and a lot of people expect, because it's Spider-Man. Of course it's gonna make money. And I mean, hey, I still honestly want to go, I want to see Supergirl. I'd like to find and try to watch that, honestly, because I am very curious to see how bad that is, actually. Like, it definitely, I would say, like, Brand New Day has to be better than Supergirl, at least for plot, right? But, again, who knows. Yep, that's gonna do it. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. This has been CB Ultra 768. And I'll see you with some more videos in the future next time. So, stay tuned for that. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.